Yo, what is up guys, it's Lobomon for Game, and today we got a sick finals matchup between Pat versus Joe. Now Pat will be piloting the purple Mastemon along with scatter mode, and on the right, Joe's gonna go ahead and pilot the green hybrid. Now Joe's gonna go and Digivolve in his Raising with a Tapermon, then he's gonna pass 4 by playing the Ken on the board. Now Pat has a lot of memory to start off with his first turn. He does Digivolve in his Raising with a Tapermon, so a little bit of a mirror match over here. Then he's gonna Digivolve it over into an Eismon, and then he's going to go ahead and drop the scatter mode on the board, putting Joe back to 3 since he's going to reset to 3 anyway. Just going to go ahead and promote his Tapermon. Going to go ahead and swing into security. It does survive actually, and the option card doesn't have any options to target. And then Joe was about to play the Nemon, but he decides to take it back and just drop the Beatamon instead, putting Pat back to 3, which is pretty interesting. I'm not too sure if there was no other plays he could have made without passing turn. Maybe that was probably why he didn't have a Tamer in hand also. So Pat's Iceman Scatter Mode is going to swing into security. It will die because it does hit into Susanomon. It's going to do the draw 3 discard 2 effect. And then deciding what he wants to go ahead and discard. It looks like he's going to drop the Nidhoggmon. So he will be gaining an additional memory. There are no memory blockers on the board right now. And it looks like he doesn't have any other great targets to discard. Otherwise he'd be discarding all the Eismons in his hand if he had any from the looks of it. But he's going to go ahead and drop the Promote back into the trash. He's going to swing with his other Eismon into the Tapermon to go ahead and maintain tempo. Joe's going to go ahead and activate the effects and the Inheritable. Pat's going to go ahead and drop the Tapermon on the board. Then he's going to follow up by playing the Deathclaw to go ahead and pop the Tapermon, popping off its effects. Then he's going to end his turn by playing another rookie on the board, which is the Gabumon Inheritable. Now, Joe's going to start off at 3 anyway. He's going to hatch, and then it looks like he doesn't have the rookie right now, so he's going to go ahead and play the Bokomon. He's going to go ahead and top 5 check. He does reveal a Tamer. Ooh, and he hits that Susanomon, so I guess we're not going to be seeing any Susanomon plays this turn. He will add the Izzy, and he's going to go ahead and add the Beatamon if I'm not mistaken. And then debating what he wanted to do next, I guess he's going to go ahead and just drop the Tamer he added, which is the Izzy, putting Pat to 2. And now it's Pat's turn, and he doesn't have enough memory to work with this turn, but he will Digivolve in his Raising with another Gabumon Inheritable. Then from here, it looks like he has the Analog Youth. He's going to drop him, putting him to 0. He's going to top 3 check. He does hit 2 different Digimons, but he will add the Gazimon instead, trashing the other Digimon. Then he's going to go ahead and decide to swing with his Eismon into security. It will live, and that's perfectly fine actually. Then he's going to go ahead and drop the Gazi, and that will shut down Bokomon from gaining additional memory for Joe's turn. Now Joe's going to Digivolve in his Raising with a Tapermon. Then he's going to go ahead and push up his Izzy to go and Digivolve into a Beatamon. But he's not going to gain the additional memory since Gazimon is on the board. He's going to top 5 check. He does check 3 JPs, 1 Mimi, and 1 Beatamon, or Ancient Beatamon. He's going to go ahead and grab the JP and the Ancient Beatamon. Unfortunately, the other 2 JPs will be at the bottom of his deck. And then we'll Digivolve into a Metal Kabuterimon for cost 1. Then he's going to go ahead and suspend a Gazimon, and it looks like he's going to go ahead and attempt to swing into the Gazimon since that's what's stopping him at the moment from making him extend his plays, which he will do. And doesn't plan to Digivolve into the Rhino Beatamon since it's not going to do any piercing. He's going to go ahead and play the Schwarz Lizards. Well, I'm sorry if I don't know how to pronounce that name. He's going to go ahead and play that option card to go ahead and clear off his board, passing him all the way to, I believe, 5 memories? No, yeah, 5 memories. Patch is going to go ahead and resolve his effect. Now it's his turn. He promotes his Gabumon from breeding, and he's going to go ahead and Digivolve over with the promote, putting himself to 3. Then I guess he's debating what he wants to go ahead and do next. Looks like he can't really do much, but he does Digivolve into the Cerberusmon Werewolf mode, which is pretty interesting. He's going to go ahead and drop the Jack Raid, checking how many he has in his trash. He will gain 1 memory. Then he's going to go ahead and play another Jack Raid, putting him to 2. Luckily, there's no memory blockers. He's going to go ahead and play the win rate 60% since he does have white. Then goes into the Mastemon. I believe Mastemon's going to go ahead and both burn 1. Yep. And then I guess he's deciding what he wants to go ahead and bring out, but he will be able to bring out a level 4 or lower. Looks like he's going to go ahead and bring the Promote, which makes sense since it has Rush. Then it looks like Mastemon's going to go ahead and control tempo. He's going to swing into the Digimon, and then he's going to go ahead and use Promote to swing into security. It will die because the Kabuterimon, I believe, is a 7k. And looking at Pat's hand, Pat doesn't look like he can do much since he only has 2 cards in hand. So he's going to go ahead and pass turn, putting Joe back to 3. And then Joe's going to go ahead and promote his Tapermon. He's going to go ahead and push up the Ken to Digivolve into another hybrid. And then Bokomon's going to go ahead and refund the 2 additional memories, so he still has 3 memories to work with. And then Digivolves over with a Rhino Kabuterimon for 1 cost. And from here, it looks like there's nothing much he can do with just 2 memory. I mean, if it was a JP, he would have actually plussed off 1 memory and still be at 3, which is unfortunate. So he won't be able to gain that extended play. But what's going to happen here, he's debating what he wanted to go ahead and do. In my opinion, from the way it looks, I don't think there's much he can do unless he's able to go ahead and pierce and burn. But Tapermon's going to go ahead and swing into security. It will die, triggering its effects. And then decides to go ahead and discard the Gazimon. And he does swing with his Pokemon. Pokemon does swing into a purple Hammer Spark, unfortunately, so he's going to put him to 0. I'm not too sure what happened here, but Pokemon ended up being in the trash. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be on the board. Then Joe's going to go ahead and swing into his Mastemon, triggering its effects to go ahead and Digivolve into the Ancient Beetlemon. He will gain the additional effect to go ahead and trash his security. He's going to be at 4 if I'm not mistaken. But Pat's going to go ahead and resolve all the inheritables to go ahead and do the draw, discard, and also with analog heat, so he's going to gain the additional memory being at 5. He will discard both Eismons, and that looks like it's going to be pretty much game for game 1 because Eismon's able to swing into security, and if the other one doesn't die, he's going to swing in for game. And now we're going to go ahead and move into game 2. So starting off game 2, Pat's going to go ahead and decide to go first. He's going to go ahead and Digivolve in his Raising with a Gabumon. That way he has a rookie to push out next turn, but he's also going to Digivolve it into another Eismon, passing Joe to 2. Joe's going to go ahead and Digivolve into his own Gazimon in his Raising. Then he's going to go ahead and I believe drop down the Pokemon. Going to go ahead and put Pat to 1. He's going to top 5 check, being able to hit the Tamer, but whiffing the Hybrid unfortunately. So at least from here he's able to go ahead and drop the JP next turn. Pat's going to go ahead and promote his Eismon. Does swing into security, but does hit a Can unfortunately, so it's not going to be in the trash. Then he's going to drop another Eismon. Unfortunately, it's not the scatter mode either. It's just a regular Eismon. Joe's going to go ahead and start off with 5 memories. He's going to go ahead and drop the JP, putting himself to 2. Then Digivolve over it with a Beetlemon, and because Pokemon's on the board and the reduced cost for 1 is going to put him back to 3 actually. He's going to top 5 check. Going to go ahead and add the JP and the Beetlemon if I'm not mistaken. Not too sure what he switched it out for. It looks like it's going to be the Beetlemon again. And then he decided to go ahead and play another Pokemon, still putting him at 0. He's going to top 5 check again. He does hit a JP and a Mimi. He also hits the Arbomon, so he's going to be able to add 2 cards this time. He's going to go ahead and add the Mimi and the Arbomon. Going to go ahead and bottom deck the JP. I guess from here he's deciding which one he wants to go ahead and grab. But at this point, I mean, Mimi or JP would be great options, either or. But he's going to go ahead and decide to put the JP back to the bottom of the deck. He's going to add the Mimi. And then deciding what he wanted to go ahead and do next. I think I saw another JP in his hand, so that's the reason why he didn't grab it. He went ahead and played it, passing Pat to 3. Pat's going to go ahead and start off by playing the Analog Youth again. He's going to go ahead and top 3 check. He's going to go ahead and add the Cerberusmon Werewolf mode, which is a good choice. Then he's going to go ahead and attempt to swing with his Eismon. It will die from security. He's going to go ahead and pop off the effects with the Inheritable and Gabumon's Sources effect as well. Going to go ahead and drop the Jack Raid. He's going to go ahead and draw another card. And the second card he's going to go ahead and discard would be... Oh, I'm sorry. He doesn't discard another card. Or he does actually. He does drop the second Jack Raid. My apologies. Now he's going to go ahead and swing with his other Eismon into security. It will die. No effects will resolve just because it's not the scatter mode. He does Digivolve the Tapermon in his Raising. Then he still has 1 memory to work with. I'm not too sure how he wants to play this out. But if I'm not mistaken, Joe can get game next turn. So he Digivolves the Promote in his Raising, passing Joe back to 3. Joe's going to go ahead and start going wide. Looks like he's ready to drop another Pokemon from the looks of it. It could be another Digimon. He's going to go ahead and Digivolve over his JP with the Beetlemon for only 1 cost. And then Pokemon's going to refund him 4 memory. He's going to be back to 6 actually. He's going to top 5 check, hitting the Ancient Troymon. And then from the looks of it, it looks like he's going to go ahead and start swinging in for game. He's going to go ahead and swing with the Gazimon first, which is interesting. I would swing with that last actually, just so I can avoid Jack Raids into security. However, it will die. He's going to go ahead and resolve the effect to go draw 1 and discard 1 by the Inheritable from the egg. Then he's going to go and swing with the Pokemon. It will die. He does swing with the other Pokemon, will also die. Then swings with the first Beetlemon, and then swings with the second Beetlemon. And from here, he's going to go ahead and go into Arbomon for game, guys. So now we're going to go ahead and head into game 3. Now that we're looking into game 3, Joe's going to go ahead and decide to go first actually. He's going to go ahead and hatch in his Raising. Okay, they did a little digital gate open over there, I see. Joe's gonna go ahead and drop the Nemon, then drops the JP for free. Unfortunately, he does whiff the rookie. Pat's gonna go ahead and start off with 3 memory. He does Digivolve in his Raising with the Goblimon again. Then he actually goes into the right Eismon scatter mode. That way he can go ahead and swing with it next turn. Then decides to drop the Analogy to go ahead and top 2 check while also choking Joe back to 1. He's gonna go ahead and reveal the scatter mode. I'm pretty sure he's gonna go ahead and add that. And then from there, Joe's gonna start off with 1 memory. It's his turn. It looks like he still whiffs the rookie. He does go for the Pokemon play. He's gonna top 5 check. Gonna be able to hit the hybrid, but does miss the tamer again this time, which is pretty unfortunate. He will go ahead and add the Beetlemon. Gonna go ahead and pass back Pat with 2. Pat's gonna go ahead and promote his scatter mode. Will swing into security, and if this one dies, which it will, he's gonna go ahead and pop off the effects. He's gonna be able to draw 3, then discarding 2. Now let's see what he's going to discard. He's gonna go ahead and discard the Lady Devimon, which is interesting. I would figure that I would want that in my hand unless he doesn't need it anymore. Then decides to go ahead and drop the Calling from the Darkness option. Then he's gonna go ahead and drop the Eismon to go ahead and get it on the board for free. Then he's gonna go ahead and end his turn by playing the Gazimon on the board, putting Joe back to 1. Now unfortunately, Joe has no way of gaining memory because the Gazimon's on the board. However, JP does exist, so he's gonna be able to Digivolve into his Beetlemon for cost 1 only if he decides to do so. But what he actually Digivolves into is the Metal Kabuterimon, putting him to 0. And then from here, he's going to go ahead and use the effect to suspend the Eismon since it Digivolved over a JP. Then it's going to go ahead and swing over the Eismon, and it has Piercing. It's going to go ahead and reveal a 60% win rate, which will go ahead and go to Pat's hand. Then he ends the turn by playing another Pokemon on the board. Top 5 check, he does hit both the Hybrid and the Izzy, so he's going to be able to add those cards. Pat's going to go ahead and start off with 3. He does Digivolve over his Raising with an Elecmon. And then he's going to go ahead and commit over the Gazimon into an Eismon. That way he can go ahead and start cycling. He's going to go ahead and attempt to swing into security. And unfortunately it doesn't die because it does reveal it can. However, he's going to go ahead and play Deathclaw to go ahead and destroy it. That way he can also pop a Pokemon on the board. Which is, I believe, a smart play just because of the fact that he can go ahead and start cycling with the Eismon to draw 3 and discard 2. And then possibly have more Eismons on the board. And let's see what he's going to go and discard. He discards the first Eismon, but he discarded another one. Doesn't look like he has it. He drops the Tapermon for the second card. He then plays the Jackraid to put himself back to 2. And that might just be a 60% win rate play, which it is. And then he's going to go ahead and discard a purple Digimon, of course. And I believe it's going to be the Tapermon. He's going to Digivolve into the Cerberusmon. And then from there, looks like what he's going to do is actually drop the Cerberusmon Werewolf mode to go ahead and pop its effects. Werewolf mode's going to go ahead and reset him back to 0. Analog is going to go ahead and pop off so he can gain an additional memory since the Cerberusmon was at level 5 with a Digisource. He's going to go ahead and resolve the effect to draw 2 and discard 1. He drops the Eismon. And that looks like it's a promote play because you can Digivolve that over for the cost 1 and pretty much get a free swing just because promote has a rush. He's going to go ahead and control tempo by swinging over the Metal Kabuterimon with his Cerberusmon. And then it looks like he's going to go for another Deathclaw play. He's going to pop his own Eismon to go ahead and pop the other Pokemon. That way Joe won't gain any memory next turn. Then he's going to go ahead and end his turn by passing 2. Going to go ahead and Digivolve the Eismon Scatter Mode in his Raising. That way it's set up for next turn again. Joe's going to go ahead and start off with 3 memory just because Ken will reset him back to 3. Thinking what he wants to do next. Unfortunately, he doesn't have a rookie in his Raising at the moment. However, he does have the Beetlemon. He will Digivolve over the JP for class 1. Gonna go ahead and resolve the effect to top 5 check. He does hit valid target, so it looks like he's gonna add the JP, of course, and the Metal Kabuterimon. That way he can go ahead and set up for more piercing plays or suspension plays. But from here, it doesn't look like there's much he can do, so he's gonna go ahead and attempt to swing into security. It will die, and Nemon's gonna go ahead and pop off the effect to play JP for free from the trash. Then I believe he's gonna go ahead and pass turn by just dropping either another Tamer or maybe another Pokemon if he does have it in hand. Not too sure what he wants to go ahead and drop next. Unfortunately, he still doesn't have the rookie in his Raising, so he's not going to be able to cycle. He does swing with the Nemon. Nemon's going to go ahead and die, which is perfectly fine since he already got the effect off to add the JP from trash. And then decides to play the Nemon, passing him 2, gonna go ahead and drop the JP for free. It's Pat's turn. He's gonna go ahead and promote. If the scatter mode does die, it looks like there's a chance that it could be game. He does play Jackraid. Jackraid's gonna put him back to 4. And then from here, Pat's deciding what he wants to go ahead and do next. Of course, he needs to play this right in order to kill him this turn, because if he doesn't, he could potentially lose next turn. And it looks like he's going to go for the Mastemon play. So he's going to go ahead and be at 0. He's going to burn 1 for each side. Then he's going to bring out the promote from trash because Mastemon says it can. Then he's going to go ahead and rush with promote. It does die to Susanomon. And then he's going to go ahead and swing with the Eismon. And if nothing is revealed in security that can deal with the level 6, then Mastemon just gets him the game. Man, that was some pretty close games actually. Can't believe he actually pulled that off with the Mastemon, which is to be expected if you are playing it right with purple. So congrats on that dub, Pat. Good stuff, guys. Thank you guys so much. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And this is Lobomon for Games signing out. Peace.